audio won't be too jacked up here. Alrighty. Over my AC. I won't be talking about CrossFit. Unless you ask. Then I'll talk about it. Other than that, I will not be talking about it. All right, what a mess. So what I'm going to do is take the Arch Rivals interface board and use it to interface to Arch Rivals or F14 Tomcat or Pinball or Arch Rivals. So I got a couple of soundboards here. I'm going to just check them out. I got an Arduino code I wrote a long time ago, but it connected directly to the ribbon cable. So what I'm going to do is going to attempt to wire this into a fresh Arduino and then control it from my computer. If this all goes well. First of all, let me get my laptop loading. I know some people that do that as well. I try to channel my rage into actual positivity. Alright, so the fun part is going to strip all these so I can put barrel connectors on the end of them. This works well. Should be able to plug my JAMA connector into the JAMA board, which will give me power. Eventually what I want to do is make an actual tester that I can use to test the board without using an actual computer. So my Arduino code is actually pretty limited, but it does a pretty good job. But I don't know what size barrel connectors I'm going to need. This is going to suck. I think I got to use the greens. I think the reds are too big. Nope, red's good. But I am low on red, so I need to go get some 22s. So how you doing, Moon? Arcade Action, you get all those monitors fixed yet? My audio is low, please let me know. As usual, I am deaf, I can't hear myself. Guess I can do this. I know this ancient laptop has a headphone output. Oh wow. Nope, you can't hear me. No way you can't hear me. Back. A lot of noise though. how's that sound? Alright, sounds good to me. Yeah, I'd like to pause life and just work on stuff as well. I just gotta get this one soundboard fixed. Someone sent to me to fix, so I get. So that's my project today, to get that done and get that back out. My projects kind of have to wait. Alright. The next trick will be to figure out which pins go where. Alright, we have, so this is labeled 18 going down. We're going to go 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. 10 is a key, and then 9. Oh, this is my, why did I, so I kept this piece because I was going to use it as, oh, I hooked my logic probe here, but I cut the other end. That's called fail. So we'll just put that in the trash can. So this is the audio out, it goes into there, then it goes into the JAMA connector. I mean, this is literally probably the most lamest way of doing this, but I was plugging what I did was I put a header on here. Then I would just plug this ribbon cable into this. Why not get creative? This way I can use this, hook a JAMA connector to it, gives me the audio out. Let's see if I can find the sketch. A new version of the Arduino is available. No, I do not want you to update. So, looks like before I was using pins 36 through 53 as output. Is all those. And then 43 and 44 were high. To do a reset, I pulled 38 low, then 38 high. And then 8 bits of data. So 46 through 53 were data. So 43 and 44 were being used for CB1 and CB2. '51, '52, and '53 were being used for PB0, 1, and 2. So the music is 50 through, so music is 50 through 53, 4 bits. Sound effects was 46 through 48, 4 bits. So a transition on 43 would play music. Or sound. So you would do a transition way. It's like, at least I kept notes on this. I had to reverse engineer this last time. So Williams arcade power supplies, I would not rebuild. They're horrible. I don't think you can ever get 5 volts out of them. Especially like the Joust, Williams, like Joust, Defender. They're just horrible power supplies. I mean, you could rebuild them. I think there's a modern replacement that doesn't use a switcher, but uses still uses a linear. It's just the power supply just doesn't deliver enough current to drive that machine. I could never get them to stay stable at 5 volts. It's always got to like 4.99. They were not the greatest. I generally just... But the problem is if you have the RAM that has all the negative 12 volts and all that craziness, that's a whole nother ball of wax you got to deal with. You got to pull all that out and replace the RAM with more modern RAM. Or you can leave it in there, but then you got to make sure you run those negative voltages. And some switchers don't really have a good negative, unless you got a good switching power supply. They can deliver good voltages. Then I could see switching it to it like the square one I have here. I can't really show it. I have one in the other room. The big blocky ones, like that looks like a PC power supply, what has the negative voltages. I think Tootsie Quarter and Arcade. And my Commodore project's on hold because I ran out of parts. I apparently do not have any 74 LS 258s. So I gotta order some. Yeah, it's just, I mean, you could rebuild them, but I would put new bridge rectifier, new filter cap on the main. I'd just go through the whole, I would replace every diode with more up-to-date, newer diodes, probably a little higher current diodes, new regulator chip, and if you can just, even the trim pot, even the filter, the pot for adjusting the voltage, I would replace that as well, just so you can get a nice solid, if you rebuild it. Or you can just toss it and switch it to a switching power supply. I mean, they make adapter kits for it. I mean, I have one in the other room. I mean, I don't know where it's at. I have one. Yeah, it takes an ATX power supply connector and it just gives you the pin out, and then you just switch out all the RAM. All right. What I'm going to do is I am going to look. All right. I need to figure out which pins were what. I guess I could look at my schematic and check. What do I got? Strange Science Day East. Nope, not there. Check my downloads. Probably on the other computer. I'm just gonna look it up. Stupid lot. Hey, how's it going? I am working on some arcade soundboards or pinball soundboards today. Thanks for stopping by. I will probably be on for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I'm gonna jump off and go somewhere else. Not sure where. Right now I am looking up the schematics for Pinball. Hopefully I can find the soundboard schematic out. Not soundboard, not soundboard, not soundboard. This is the soundboard. Alright. This is the best part about all these old ass books. They were scanned in probably the 80s, and the graphics are horrible. Logic power, volume control, speaker. Where is the data input?
Any step you take, any breath you breathe, even from mistakes, you'll be lost in any winter morning, like the frost you see, and I'll be feeling young, and you'll be lost in me.
Address bus, data bus,
Any step you take,
chip select, sound select
any breath
inputs.
you
That's wonderful.
even from mistakes, you'll be lost in me. Any winter morning,
I'm missing half the schematic. Where is the rest of the schematic?
I'll be feeling.
Alright, I have to find another game. What other game uses this board? Interesting enough, it's not in NARC. Even though this game is used in, not NARC, this game is used, this board is used in F14. Alright, let's see if we got the schematic in here. Rule sheets, ROMs, solenoid chart, full manual, and it's 7 megs, which means it's probably the world's shittiest resolution. Download. Background and speed sound. Yay! Please tell me that it's not. Alright, so there we go. So 18 is the reset. 1 is ground. So we can definitely check that. Alright, 3 is P, E, Yeah, it'll be on Twitch, but I don't know if it'll be muted or not. I am not recording it. I save all my VODs, but if for whatever reason it doesn't like my music, it will mute it. So, I mean, I could record the stream, but I kind of didn't record the stream. I've been up for how long now? 40 minutes, so it would be like kind of weird. I guess I could hit record. Here, I'll hit record. I'll save it local. Alright, pin 18 is reset. That is from the board. So I use 43 and 44 for these. I used no idea why I was doing that. Okay. So it's 38. Round is 1. Well, hopefully you can hopefully you can get some tips. All right. So now that I know, all right, so 20 is here, 19, 18, 17. So this is pin 1, that was ground, that's the wire, it's going over there, it's ground. Shared ground over there, great, perfect. Data pins are going to be, reset's going to be this guy over here, 18, which is this guy right here. Right here, so we'll go here. This is reset, which is probably going to be oh, come on. Please tell me reset goes over to this connector. It's probably going to go to a totally another connector. I don't have the wire anymore. That's going to suck. Yep. Great. Alright, so you know that wire I threw away earlier? That's got freaking gargantuan wire. Alright, this is what's going to happen. How many wires do I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I should have more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I should have 10. I think my original plan is not going to work. So I'm going to have to go with plan number 2. Is go back to my original design. Not use this. Was creative. It's not going to work. So we will go back to using this. And then that cable I threw away earlier, just go ahead and use that for power. And cut all these so they're nice and straight and so they're the same length. This I think takes 5 and 12 volts. Strip all these wires back. need to get that one? Yeah. Alright, so I need the power off here. There's our power pin out. So we have plus 12 volts coming in on 5 and 6. And we have 5 volts coming in on 1 and 2. And we have a negative 12 volt coming in on pin number 3. Might still use that JAMA connector for that. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and use. I will use this for my power source, but not my I/O. So I'll still use this for my power source. Now, if I just had oodles and boodles of money, I would just buy myself the good old-fashioned Williams test system, and I could just put this board on the test system and test it. But, you know, I don't have Uncle Sam disposable money. Well, that's gonna suck. I can use this one. These headers need to be longer. Alright, that'll work. One more. Alright. Put that out there. There we go. Now this ribbon cable had set it up so I would plug it on here like this. So I need to chop off a portion of this header. So I need to chop off the last one. Ah! Parts flying everywhere. Right, pull these out. Cutters, we're going to remove 4. 3 back in here. Cut off 4. Put 3 back in here. Now, I should be able to plug the soundboard right into here. And this will pretend to be the main board that drives it. Like that. All right. Let's confirm. Pin 1's ground is going over here. Yep. Pin 2 is reset. No, pin 2 doesn't go anywhere. Pin 3 your first data line. Yep. 4. So this goes ground, nothing. 53 is going to pin number 3. Pin 52 is going over to pin number 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, nope, 4 is over here. 52 going over to 4, 53 going over to 3. 50 is going to 6. So this is 53. Pin 4 is 52. Pin 5 is 51. Pin 6 is 50. 7 is 49. 48. 47. And 46. Which is what I wrote. Data, right. 43 and 44. It's 12 and 13. So 11 is not connected to anything. So if we kept down this path, 46 is still 10, 45 is 11, 44 is 12, 43 is 13, 42 is 14. Those are those two there, which is that, right, okay. I upload this sketch, unplug this cable. So I upload the sketch. I should get some sound coming out of this bad boy. Here, let me get a shorter USB cable. Real man's USB cable. Why do they give you the shortest USB cables? Is it some kind of conspiracy? Like, we will give you the shortest cable possible. Alright, hopefully my computer sees this Arduino. This is a clone, of course. So who knows what cheap Chinese drivers they got on it. Sorry, I can't share my screen. I could do this. You know what? I can share my screen. We have technology! So I switch to this view. And I change my input to VGA. Hopefully, I can get this to work right. Alright, there is the sketch. So I set all of these pins as outputs. Although they're not all being used, what I'm going to do is I am going to put comments in here. Okay, Apple software. Why are you going down here? All right. So pin 36 is no connection. Pin 37, yeah. Yeah, that's not gonna work for you guys. I don't think there's any way I can make this camera work any better. Alright. The ghetto camera rig ain't gonna work. Oh! Alright, we'll just go back to overhead. So I will put this tab up here. No, don't want to do that. Go back here. Go back to normal view. It's a picture and a picture and a picture and a picture. Alright. 37. No connection. 38 is being used for reset. 39 is no connection. No connection at 40. 41, no connection. 42, no connection. 43 is CB1. CB1 and CB2 are the interrupts to the 6821 located right here. And then we go PB0 through all the way up to PB7. Oh, sorry, I wrote that backwards. So 46. So this one's no connection. PB46 starts at PB7. And then 53 is PB0. It's backwards because the way the pins are arranged. So I have code that when I write to the Arduino, I have to do bit adjustments because I can't just write
255 to the port because it would be, well, 255 is fine, like 73. I can't write 73 to the port because the numbers would be all inverse. So I have to do a bitwise comparison and then change the bit based on the value. Alright, so tools, board is going to be a mega. Tools, port is going to be COM4. And I'm going to go ahead and upload this. See if it uploads. It's powered by the USB port. It is not powered by this board. So it's done uploading, and then the LED blinks. Do I have anything going on the console on this? I am right into the console, so I'm going to go ahead and open up the console monitor. Change the baud rate to a valid baud rate. Reset. Seven 6. Alright, what's the baud rate? Alright, it's 9600. Playing music. Now, this cable needs to be plugged onto here. And now I need power. So we're going to go over here and pull out my tape controller. Don't need power connected to it. I don't need a video cable, but it's fine. So this will convert. This will give me the voltages I need. And it'll give me sound. Playing the different sounds, the different musics. that's the sound, the music. So now I'm going to do sounds. I don't know if Narc had sounds actually on. So there's the reset. And now it's going to go through the different sounds. Doesn't seem like it has very many sound effects. Not sure why I'm not on my own channel anymore. That's weird. Hello, Malkaz. I guess I vanished to a different. I was watching someone else's Twitch feed for some reason. Fixing a. Well, right now I am just working on rigging up a test rig to test Williams soundboards. I have a soundboard here. It's called Arch Rivals out of the Midway, Bally Midway arcade game, which is actually the same as a. It's very similar to a pinball soundboard. So right now I'm just testing my code to make sure. I'm using a little Arduino here to drive it, and then seems like they didn't use this card for much of a lot of music, not so much sound effects. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to a different board now. I'm going to try. Alright, so this works. Should mark it as working. Alright, I have another board here. Another Arch Rivals. I will do the same test on it. So, I saw you pop on Stellaris the other night. You wanted to play it one night? We can set up a game. We ended up dying in that. Like, it only lasted 6 hours. We learned some settings that we probably need to tweak on that. We started about 9 or 8 or 9 o'clock, and then it became like 8 o'clock or 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock or something. I don't remember. And then the Scourge came on and killed us. Like, we just got wiped out. I don't think this Arch Rival board works. I'm not getting any sound out of it. I didn't even get a reset bomb. Let me do this. Let's upload. This should reset. Oh, I don't have the power supply on. That usually works better when I turn the power supply on. So we haven't played it in about a year. I got bongy noise. We haven't played it in about a year, so it took us about an hour to get back into it to figure it out. Alright, here's some kick butt sound effects. If you can guess the game, at the sound effects. Guess the game by the horrible sound effects. Hello, Lone Wolf. How are you doing today? Alright, so this one works. Next one is an F14. Looks complete. Let's see what happens when I plug it in. Will it catch fire? Will it burn my house down? Ooh. Oh, we got to reset. I think I need a new sound pod here. I think this. Sorry if it's blowing your guys' ears out. It says it's got audio on both sides. Weird. Yeah, I'm not sure why. This volume control is horrible. Let's see what I hear on my headphones here. Yeah, you're right. There's no audio on the left side. I am going to turn this off because this is very annoying. Oh. I pulled the thud shells. Mic test. I think both ears should be working now. Yeah. There we go. Now it's in stereo. Thank you, Lone Wolf, for sensing that. Appreciate that. Alright, so this board works. I am not going to do much else with it. Just checking these to see if they work. They work. Throwing them in the pile. I have a Pinball board here. And then I have a Pinball board I need to fix. So this is the board that was sent to me to be repaired. It is missing the same amount of chips as this one. So it is missing all the well, it's different configuration. Like this YM2151 is over here. A little bit different design. Should be the same data I/O pinout. Looks like it. We'll find out. Look at our I/O here. Look at our sound, power. Make sure it's off. It's off. Our horrible volume pot. My apologies for the itchy, scratchy noises. And I guess this is the speaker out. Alright. Hold reset down. Turn on the power. And I got nothing. So alright, I'm going to just turn this volume down. Like, so this is the Haas audio adapter, or JAMA adapter, which is great, but you can't get to the volume control knob. Like, thank you? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my speaker I'm using, which is this fancy amplified one. Turn that down, and then grab a jumper. Jumper these two pins here. This should be full bore audio. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to adjust this volume knob. is the sound of Pinball. It's Pinball music. All right, let's switch this to sound effects. I don't think this board has sound effects, or does it? I think some of this style pinball machines, some of the sound effects were generated by the main board, and then this music was generated by this board. So, like on this F14, I don't think I tested sound on this, but the F14 is very similar to the Art Rivals. As you can see, there's more ROMs here, and this says sound, 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 but this does sound and speech. It has a two Yamaha chips, one here and one here. So one does the music and one does the speech. This also has two, so I'm assuming it also does, yeah, it says U4 music and speech. But I am not hearing any speech. So either A, this board has bad speech, which could be, but I'm not fixing this one, so I'm only fixing the other one. So let me hook the other one up and see what I get. My audio level thing here is not working very well for me. It's taking amplified and reducing it down and then going to an amplified speaker, and it's sounding like crap. So my temporary solution is not working for me. So what I need to do is I need to take this cable here and put a Molex connector on it and just hook it directly to my power supply. But then again, I don't fix a lot of these, so do I spend the time to make something? Or do I just live with it? That's the beauty of board repair, is mostly all of them are one-offs. Alright, so I'm getting no bongs out of this one. But I'm going to switch back to music just to be on the safe side. Because I know the other one produced music. Nope, I'm getting nothing. So the first thing is we can do is we could just swap out the CPU. Put one out of the other board. Make sure we're turned off. Yep, we're turned off. What's interesting is this board has two clocks, an 8 megahertz clock and this 3.579 clock. most likely the 3.579 is for the sound processor. Alright, let's see if that does anything. Turn it on. Reset. Negative. Nothing. No noisies. So either A, CPU is not running, B, bad ROM, or bad speech chips, or bad audio amp sections. So they got no audio at all, and I believe this mixes it all together, and it's going down to the stereo. So if one channel was out, I would still hear some kind of audio. I'm not hearing anything. So it's either not functioning. So I'm going to go ahead and swap out these two chips since I have two known working ones. Well, there's a problem, boss. This has a really shitty EEPROM socket. Now what I could do is I could put these chips in the other board, and then I can retest this board, and I can confirm that those chips are good. Alright. We ain't got nothing. So, we'll go back to the schematic. Wrong screen. So let's see here. 2 ROMs, CPU. So we have an 8 megahertz going into 2 74/74s, which is weird. So we're feeding those in the clock pulses using the same LS. So this is a clock divider. This is dividing the clock down. This is bringing it down here into a 74/10, which is then feeding 74/138 for the address selection. So if this chip is bad, you're going to have the wrong, it's going to select the wrong ROMs and not work. The cool thing is they did label this, so I could pull out my Fluke troubleshooter, pull the CPU out, put the Fluke troubleshooter in, and then I could do ROM verification by reading these ROMs. But it's a pretty simple circuit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look for, here's the Q. So when we verify, we have a Q signal right here, which is the clock coming out of here. And then we also want to verify that we have a clock signal going into U7 74LS138. Once you tells me to look for my logic probe. Or I can go one step further and just use I'll use my scope. All right, let's move these chips so I don't smush them, because they are probably good. Throw them in this box with this anti-static bag. And then hopefully you guys can see this. Let me make a stand for it, better camera. Of course, you can't see it right now because you're not actually looking at it. That ain't gonna work. Does it have a kickstand? Let's see if we can do this. Oops, wrong way. All right, here we go. You gotta take another jumper lead. Need ground. Alright, let's see if we got anything on this. Alright. Pin number 35. So 37 is reset and 35 is clock. So there's pin 1, pin 40, 39, 38. What did it say? 35 and 37. 37 and 35. 40, 39, 38, 37 is reset. It's currently high. Hit. I'm not seeing any reset here. So we'll have a look at that. Ooh, CPU is running very warm. Lower this voltage a little bit.
CPU is running very warm. 40, 39, 38, 37 is high, but I am not getting any resets. Reset should be resetting that. Alright, let's trace our reset circuit here. Hit the wrong button again. I should change this so it says desktop and not window. I wonder if I can put 2 stream decks on my computer. One on this desk and one on that desk. Alright, so here's our reset. Here's our reset. So reset, it's showing reset coming directly over from the Arduino. So if I'm resetting it from the Arduino and I'm not seeing it being pulled low, something somewhere is holding reset high. So I'm going to pull this CPU out and then reprobe pin 37 and see if it goes high and low. I'm going to change my Arduino to just start pulsing it up and down, and then I can chase it and see what's going on. So we're going to turn this off, pull out the CPU that is not happy, it is warm. Hopefully it's not toast. It is very warm. Yeah, that's not good. Something is not playing friendly with it. Alright. So what I'm going to do here is I am just going to bounce the reset line. As soon as I figure out where my mouse is. This down here. Alright, so that is going to do a reset on every single loop. I'm going to verify I'm getting a reset on every loop by looking at the reset pin, which was 18. Which, here. Something is not right here. My reset signal is not making it to where it should be going. There it is, right there.
single run. Let me set the trigger the other way. Channel 1. Probe. It's pulsing too slow for my add a delay. Twice. Switch back over here to overhead so you guys can see me from the front and not the back of my head. What the freaking hell? Why does it say position negative? Alright, there's the reset signal. That's working there. That's working. Alright, now we need to figure out the clock. The clock is coming in on pin 35. Let's go over here, look at this 74 less 74, which is right here. We're going to look at this clock chip right here, and we're going to go down each pin. Alright, there's our oscillator N. 3. And 4 is not doing anything. 5 is not doing anything. Alright, so looks like it's the bad 74 less 74. So pin 3 and pin 11 are the clock pulses. I'm going to so pin 3 and pin 11. 3, we have a clock signal of 8 megahertz. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Pin 11, we have 8 megahertz. And then our outputs are going to be pins 12. And then we also have, yeah, so every single pin, 8, 9, and 12 should all have something happening. If there's nothing on 8, 9, and 12, the chip is non-functional. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm pretty sure a sawtooth is not the valid output at 60 hertz. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that chip is bad. So let's go ahead and extract it and replace it with a new one. So we'll turn this off. Grab the trusty clippers. I am not going to bother testing this chip. I'm just going to remove it. I have plenty of them. It's definitely not working properly. So we're just going to go in here, cut the legs off. This is the easiest way to remove a chip. Is just cut the legs off if you have another one. This board has traces on both sides. It's going to be through-hole soldered. It's going to have vias. If you don't properly get the traces cleared out with the desoldering gun or wick or whatever you're using, it will not be happy. So switch over to my other glasses. Where are my other glasses? There they are. And then I'm going to go here with a screwdriver, and I'll just heat the leg up, then lift the leg off the board. Do that for each one of these.
Carefully remove each one of these. Now that I removed them, I'm going to put a fresh ball of solder on each where the legs were. This is going to allow me to come in with this guy. Alright. Then we take some isopropyl alcohol, pour it on your leg. Not really. Go in here and clean this up. And I will go get a socket and a new chip, and I will be right back. So one important thing is, since this is the clock chip, I need to make sure I put in the same style part. Can't use an HCT or an S if it's different. It needs to be the same family. So I do have a 74 LS. It's actually a very common chip to fail when it comes to clock circuits. It is used to divide, and it's heavily it's put under a lot of load. Our 74 LS in. And let's turn the power on and see if we have clock. There we go. Solid 2 megahertz there. So we got 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35. Right? Is that the pin? There's our clock signal. 2 megahertz. Alright. We now have a clock going back to the CPU. Let's turn it off. Let's put our CPU back in. Let's readjust the code so it's not resetting on every single loop. Go back in here. Turn the loop. Change this thing out. Get rid of all that reset code. Upload. And I broke something. Maybe. Alright. Uploaded. You're gonna hold the reset down. Turn on the power. Still ain't got none. Alright, let's look at the pins. So we've still got no sound. CPU's still getting hot though. Alright, so something's not right. So the address pins start on pin 8. Pin 1's nothing, pin 2, high, pin 3, pin 4, pin 5, pin 6, pin 7. This is a data line, and it's basically looping. So if this was a regular computer running, address 0 would not be a solid 1 megahertz. It would be jumping all over the place. Basically acting like no op. So the next frequency, the next A1 line, I bet you is going to show up as 500 kilohertz. 500 kilohertz. Next one's going to be 250. 250. Then 125. So, and then it's going to go. Thanks for the follow. So the frequency's dropping. So that's basically saying this thing's just counting. It's just acting like a counter right now. It's not getting any data. It's not acting on any of the data. It's just looping through the data. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at that 74 LS138 and see if any of the address pins are moving. Chip select pins. That's pins 12, 13, 14, and 15 of the U7. So U7 is located right here. Check it for temp. Seems okay. So pins 12, 13, 14, and 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We are getting address selections. So the address output pins are on that are working. But for whatever reason, this CPU is not executing the code on this chip. I'm going to check the data pins going in on this chip and see if we have data. Data is 24 through, or 31 through 24. It's upside down. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So we're definitely getting data going in. No, it's not. Alright, let's check the read-write pen. It is pin 32. $40, $39, $38, $37, $36, $35, $34, $33, $32. It's just stuck in a loop. It's not even writing anything on it. The read-write pen is stuck high. So I don't know if the CPU is cooked. or what. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it out, put it in the other board that I know works. I have like 4 of them over there. What I'm going to do is take, I know this 68 B09E works. Change it out and put it here. We'll reset down. Alright, so that is what I expect. It's not a clear sine wave, so it's actually reading and writing and reading and writing, and the data's changing. I still got no sound coming out of it though. This board's a basket case. That one, no. Not getting any music out of this board. But YM2151 is getting warm. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this CPU and put it in this board, retest this board, see if it works with the CPU. Sound for that on there. We'll reset, turn on power. Yeah, no bong. Nope. So the CPU is working.
I'm going to do is I'm going to test all these chips. So this CPU is good. Let's test the original CPU. That's sweet, sweet music. Alright, so both CPUs are fine. And let's go ahead and check the YM. Check both these same time. I think that one is used for, let's find out. Reset. You know, it's not going to work because I'm missing something here. Can anybody see what I'm missing? It needs a CPU. It needs a central processing unit. That ain't gonna work. You know why that's not gonna work? You gotta make sure all the pins are in the holes. There we go. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to pull this chip out. Come on. Alright, so that is definitely the chip that is producing the music. And it also sounds like hell with it removed. What I do need to do though, is I need to put that delay back in my startup because I am not getting the bong. This needs to be a 3-second delay, and I am going to start there we go, the bong. The bong! Alright. It confirmed all the chips work. So those chips work. Go back to this board. I'm not going to find the sound. So one thing could be a bad DAC. Which I cannot use a DAC. So the one thing that's different between the arcade version of this board and the pinball version of this board is they craftily changed the DAC between the two boards. So even though they use the same sound chips, they use a different DAC, so they don't produce the same sound. So the only way I can get this DAC chip is if I pull it off of my other board. At this point, I'll just send them this board because I know it works. I'll be like, here's a working board. And then I'll just leave this for another day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probe the DAC. The thing that's weird is mine has this oscillator that's like really high off the board. His is not. Interesting. Alright. So let me put this back together. I'm going to probe the pins on this DAC. Powered on. Yes, I'm not getting a bong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here. I'm going to confirm, I'm going to look at the audio output on this chip and see if it does go through a DAC. There's the RM mic. Confirmed it's going into the DAC. So let's look at the clock data in these input pins, 2, 4, 6, and 5. We'll see if there's any data. We know this chip's good. So we'll see if there's any data here. And then we'll look on the output side, which basically has the feedback going through an op amp, then comes back in, op amp, which is weird, and then goes back into this DAC. Oh wait, no, that's a wire, that's not a DAC, that's wait a minute, that's not a DAC. What the hell is the YM3012? Is that the volume control chip? YM3012. What is this guy? 2-channel serial input floating D to A converter. Yeah, that's the DAC. 3012. I don't have it. Yeah, that's the DAC, 3012. It feeds into there. So what's the 1508? 1408. 1508 to DAC as well. Alright, what I need to do is I need to find, this is a Tomcat schematic, so I need to go like PinBot. Go back to the PinBot schematic. Literally the same schematic. My F14. Okay, I'm confused. Or was I just looking at the schematic and I was looking at the wrong magazine? No. So, F14, D11, 298. This is an F14 soundboard, where it's labeled F14. This is not a D11 298. This is a totally different board. Did it come out of an uber rare F14? I guess nobody will ever know. So this board is not the same board as an F14. I'm still confused what this 1408 DAC is for. It's the background sound output. So that's what generates the other sound, the sound effects. This one is what generates. So I'm going to do is I am going to look again back at this data right here. 2, 4, 5, and 6. One is positive. 2. So we'll see if there's any data going into this chip. If there's no data going into this chip, then it's most likely something wrong with this one. So we're going to go back here and look at chip select and the read and write lines and make sure there's a clock signal. Pin 24 is a clock, labeled OM. Why is it labeled OM? I have no idea. Pin 24, yeah, CUSD clock. So this chip here, so we want to make sure there's a clock signal coming out of this circuit here and feeding into this guy. It would really be helpful if I had my actual printer working so I could print this out. So we want to check. Take a piece of paper, a pen, make some notes. Just not on this one because it's important work stuff. Alright. So On the YM2151, we're going to check pin 24 for clock. We're going to check pin 5 and 6 for read write. We're going to check pin 7 for chip select. Once it's playing sound, there should always be data being written to it. But the data pins are also on the same bus as everything else. So we really can't look at those pins because they're going to be active for whatever, anything. So we'll look at the data output pins, which is pins 19, 20, 21, and looks like 22. Those are all going into the YM3012 DAC, which we know the DAC's good. So if that works, then we have a shitload of dead op-amps. Because there's a shitload of dead op-amps. There's something seriously going on. I'm going to say that there's no clock signal or something is not coming into this YM. Now that we've confirmed that the data bus looks like it's working now, that was actually because of my idiotic moronic, and I had pin 20, or pin number of the CPU, I had one of the pins put down in the socket. I noticed it when I pulled it out, and I put it in the other one, and I wasn't paying any attention. It was actually pin 20, which is an address line, but no idea. So CPU power is pin 1, and something up there at the top you can't read. It's the schematic is horrible. So you can see all the data lines are all tied together. They're all on the same bus. So everything on the bus talks depending on what the LS138 right here is doing. We confirmed that those look like that's working okay. Let's just check the inputs on our YM2151. On. We're going to hit reset. Here's our YM21. We're going to first check our clock signal. It's the easiest one to check. It's pin 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That would be 24 right here. And looks like we have a good clock signal, 3.58 megahertz, which is what's being generated by this guy. Just tapping around. That's good. So let's look at our outputs. 22, nothing. 23. You have something in 23, or 20. 23 is half the clock. 22, then nothing. 21, we have, looks like some kind of data, which looks good. 20, we look like we have a clock signal. And that looks like a clock signal. So we're definitely getting data fed into this chip. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this. We're going to look at the one that has the clock, the data signal. So like that looks like data. So we're going to hit reset. Doesn't look like the data really changes much. So the chip select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I do have chip select going on. So the next trick is to look at the output of
this guy. See if we can figure out what's going on.
Outputs pin 9 and 10.
So pin 1, high, pin 2, we have data, pin 3, we have nothing, pin 4, we have nothing, nope, pin 5, 3 we have nothing, 4 we have data, 5 we have data, 6 we have data, 7 is high, 8 is low. Alright, so that looks like some kind of waveform. So if I hit reset, it should go blank. And when it starts playing audio, yep, so we do have audio coming out of this chip. So now what we need to do is we need to look into the audio section. So the DAC is actually outputting audio. So what I could do is I could take this audio cable and hook this on here like this, ever so carefully, onto the ring as it keeps popping off. I'm going to switch over to a different type of alligator clip. Switch over to this style alligator clip that you can grab on here real easily. And we're just going to grab ground. And then we're going to grab another alligator clip. Put it on there. And try to ever so carefully grab that. Put it on here. Yep, I do hear audio. So we have all this section working. Now we need to just go through the audio section, which is probably a bad op amp. I just need to look at these two resistors over here. So, look at the outputs of pin 1 and pin 7 of U16. So here's U16. We're going to look at pins 1 and 7. 1, and that's pin 7. So the op amp's working. So we need to go further down the line. Those feed feeds into that. So I noticed these caps have been replaced. They're not fitting real well on this board. But that is where the audio goes now. It goes from here and it's fed right into these audio amps. And the interesting thing is I see a blown capacitor down here. This capacitor down here is toasted. This one doesn't have it, but these caps do not look right. So, as you can tell on not that board, but they look like shit on this board too. Look at that. So the audio comes out of this chip, goes through this filter cap right here. Which then go through these resistors over here. So I am thinking these audio amps are bad. I do not have any. It's weird that they're both blown out. But I am going to have to order some, because I don't think I have any. I also don't like these caps, but let me see if I can figure out what the audio inputs on these pins are. This is using, not using J6 or J5, it's using this guy here. So
Pinball uses a combine, so it combines the audio output of the two channels. So this is the bridge channel output. These channels are out of phase by 180. So if we check this one, gotta hook this clip back up. Alright. Took this up so we know there's an audio. Alright. Something is not happy with the audio section, but I have a blown out tantium down here. This board has I'm going to have to review the schematic board because I got resistors, not resistors. This is the bridged output. Got nothing there. Nothing there. So I'm thinking both audio amps are toast, but I don't see any audio even going into them. So I'm going to do a little bit more research. Put that back on there. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I got nothing coming out of them. I don't know what that jumper does. Unfortunately, the schematic is in really bad shape. So, we have determined the main issue with this board for not working at all was a bad 74LS74 on the clock circuit, which was not allowing the CPU to run. Replaced that, CPU is working. It is now generating sound, by looking at the output of these two capacitors right here. However, the amplifier is not functioning. I'm pretty sure it is two bad TDA 202s. I will have to see if I can source some of those. The last time I checked, not many people actually have them. So I'll see if I can find some, and I will need to order a bunch just to have them on hand, and go from there. Thanks for watching. I'm not sure how many people are still out there. Didn't see much chat activity except for Ice Kudu and Malcolm and Lone Wolf. So we're gonna end our stream, and hope y'all like some music. Y'all like music, right? You like this music? But not sure who's still out there. Who's out there? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Anybody? Anybody? Anybody out there? Anybody out there? Hello? $10 to the first to say hello before I Alright, well, I don't think anybody's there. Nobody's paying attention to me, so I'm just gonna end the stream. I see people in chat, but they're not talking. Where are y'all hiding? Where are y'all hiding? Alright, boys. Y'all have a good night. I'm going head over to Thug Shell's channel. She's going live. I gotta get some food. So, Malcolm, do you want to do some, I'm gonna do Phasmo tomorrow night, probably Phasmatory. I don't know if anybody wants to play. Probably do that tomorrow night, maybe, and get some people. Not really in the mood to play with randos, so I play a couple of games, but they're not that fun. They're just random people who don't know what they're doing. I'm kind of a noob at it, so it's kind of cool to be actually on the server to get some assistance. And the little Fire Nova's down, so she can't play, but I don't know, maybe you or Sailor wanted to play. I'm gonna go ahead and drop off. I don't think Thug Shell is live yet. I don't think you enjoy Thug Shell much. Nope, she's not live yet. Let me see if app goes live. I posted in Phasmo's Doria's stuff. Alright, what's Apco got playing on? Like House Vibes? Want some House Vibes? Alright. We're gonna go raid Apco. Actually, I'm not raiding Apco. You don't watch that. Here, what do we have playing on over here? No Apco. I got none. I'm not raiding into a person with 500 people. It's just rude. My 2 people, I ain't doing that. What's Sunny Fire TV doing? She's just chilling.
It's almost the same word, but
Yeah, it's kind of like.
She's just doing chit chat. Alright, I'm just ending the stream. Helps if I'm on the right screen. You got her. She's just chatting. I'm going to refresh my raid list here. Raid targets. Abco, Resurrection Burner. Yep, I got nothing. See you later. Have fun. See ya.